I'd like to welcome you to our annual Georgia Arbor Day celebration. This event would not be possible without our community partners. I'm Pam Carswell, the President and CEO of Keep Macon Big Beautiful Commission. Our partners today are Macon Bib Parks and Beautification under the direction of Sam Kitchens, and I saw Sam, where'd you go, Sam? And forester and horticulturist Randall Hunt, and the hard-working staff of Parks and Beautification that has prepared this park today for our Arbor Day celebration. If y'all would raise your hand in the back. Thank you all so much. We would also like to recognize Joan Scales from the Georgia Forestry Commission and the Keep Macon Big Beautiful Commissioners. If you're a commissioner, please raise your hand. And also, we would like to welcome the staff and the CEO, Mr. Philip Jones from the Vein Specialist of the South. If you all would please raise your hand. Thank you all so much. The purpose of the Georgia Arbor Day is an opportunity to reflect on the importance of the trees in our state. J. Sterling Morton, the father of Arbor Day, initiated the holiday in Nebraska in 1872. His famous words were, "Holidays repose upon the past, but Arbor Day's purpose is for the future." Every tree planted in our community or anywhere helps to clean the air, the water, and to beautify the neighborhoods. It provides homes for wildlife, it conserves the energy, and it also prevents soil erosion and many other benefits. Today, we would like to thank Vein Specialists of the South for adopting this section of the 3rd Street Park. They have committed to keeping this area clean and beautiful for all to enjoy. Let's give them a round of applause. At this time, I would like to introduce to you Michael Gleason, Middle Georgia State University. He is the arborist, the groundskeeper of the Waddell Barnes Botanical Garden for the presentation of the trees today in which we have planted. Michael.
As Pam said, thank y'all very much for everybody coming out. Thank y'all for the hard work from Randall and his crew, and Sam. Thank y'all. Middle Georgia State University has always liked to team up with Keep Macon Big Beautiful in the city to kind of help revitalization efforts downtown, especially. So we were happy to donate the 2 Yoshino cherry trees you see behind us to kind of help with those efforts, and we're glad to do it every year. Thank y'all for having us.
Thank you, Michael. We appreciate the trees. As you all know, the cherry trees are very important to our community. In about 5 weeks, we will have over 300,000 guests join our community for the Macon, Georgia International Cherry Blossom Festival. But many people come to see the pink glow of beauty. And 3rd Street Park is one of the most beautiful sights in Macon, Georgia that people come to visit. We also planted in this park elm trees along with our Yoshino cherry trees. The cherry trees are very delicate, as there are their blooms. But you have to understand this area being around the park, the roads, the asphalt, we put the elm trees in to serve as a protection and a canopy for the trees. It cools them down to keep them nice and cool for growth. So that's why 3rd Street Park up at the top looks so beautiful, because they're in a grove of also hardwood trees. At this time, I'd like to have Joan Scales from the Georgia Forestry Commission to come, and Sam Kitchen and Randall Hunt. We're going to do the Keep Macon, Macon, Georgia is how many years now, Joan? 33 years being a Tree City, USA. Joan, if you would come up and explain that to everyone, please, and we'll present the flag.
Thank you, Pam. Yes, I'd like to congratulate Macon on being a Tree City USA for 33 years. And what that means is Tree City USA is a nationwide recognition program administered by the Arbor Day Foundation in conjunction with every forestry agency in the country. So there is basically a tree city in every state in the country. Here in Georgia, we actually rank 5 as having the most number of tree cities. So we're very proud of that effort. We have about 159 tree cities this year. And what that means is the tree city recognition is for communities that have achieved 4 different standards. 1, that they celebrate Arbor Day like we're doing here today. 2, that they have a tree ordinance. 3, that they have a tree board or a tree department that takes care of the public trees. And then 4 is that they spend $2 per capita on tree care related issues. And actually here in Georgia, we far exceed that $2. The average community spends over $8 in tree care issues. So again, I'd like to congratulate everybody on the tree board and in the tree department that take care of the public trees here in Macon, and congratulate them on being a tree city for the 33rd year in a row.
At this time, I'd like to call Sam Kitchens to the podium. Sam is going to be presenting the proclamation for our Arbor Day. Sam?
Ask Randall Hunt, our forester, to come back up, if you will, please, and I'll read and present the proclamation to our forester. Proclamation for this Arbor Day event today. Whereas in 1872, J. Sterling Morton proposed to the Nebraska Board of Agriculture that a special day be set aside for the planting of trees. And whereas the holiday called Arbor Day first observed with the planting of more than 1 million trees in Nebraska. And whereas Arbor Day now observed throughout the nation and around the world. And whereas trees can reduce the erosion of precious topsoil by wind and water, lower our heating and cooling costs, moderate the temperature, clean the air, reduce oxygen, and provide wild habitat for our wildlife. And whereas trees are a renewable resource giving us paper, wood for our homes, fuel for fires, and countless other wood products. And whereas to raise awareness of how our urban and rural forest lands add economic and social value to our community. And whereas trees, wherever they are planted, are a source of joy and spiritual renewal, and therefore Robert Rickard does hereby proclaim February 15, 2019 as Arbor Day in Macon, Bibb County, and I urge all citizens to celebrate Arbor Day and support our efforts to protect our trees and woodlands. And further, we urge all citizens to plant and care for trees to gladden the heart and promote well-being of this and future generations. Said into by the hand of Robert Rickard, Mayor of Macon, Bibb County. At this time, I'd like to ask our guest speaker, Phillips Jones, CEO for Main Specialists of the South, to give us a few remarks about our park.
Thank you, Sam. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for coming out today. You know, what I would call this is welcome to our front yard. Okay, so it's weird being a guest speaker in your own front yard, but that's what Sam tapped me to be today. And I'm going to go a little bit off script and talk about Sam and just what a delight his team has been to work with. We have a real treasure in him with Parks and Beautification, and we've enjoyed our partnership with you for the last 9 months. So appreciate it, Sam. Let's give him a round of applause. So as we know, it takes many hands and stakeholders, both public and private, to move this community forward. When we adopted the park at the end of last year, I remember the mayor saying that this type of effort, adopting a park, was easy, and it is easy. this is probably the least controversial thing we can do to show pride in our community. Some of y'all know that I'm a Marine Corps officer in my former life, and that I always say that the surest way to accomplish anything is to get buy-in from the rank and file, right? So without buy-in at the rank and file, any enterprise you try to undertake is going to be hard. Okay, so you got to have buy-in. It's like I tell the employees of our business, and Gene Bragg and I talked a little bit about this. When they walk from that parking lot over there to our business, I tell them if they pass a piece of trash and they don't pick it up, that they're wrong. Okay, so you're wrong if you don't take pride in your community and if you don't pick up trash and try to make the area more beautiful. So that's something that's one of my things. I hope it'll be one of your things too. So my commitment and challenge to everyone that'll listen to me is to buy into your community. Okay, buy into your downtown. Do the small things like picking up trash and adopting a park. Every single one of these parks needs somebody to adopt them. Those activities cost almost nothing, but they're contagious. Okay, people notice when you take pride in your community and in your park. So what I'm going to talk about now going forward is I manage 2 businesses that have about 7,000 followers on social media, right? So it's to assist in having other people buy in. I'm going to start calling people out on social media to adopt the park. And I see a couple of people on my staff here. They know that I love to call people out, okay? So I'm going to start calling people out with the hashtag Adopt Macon Parks, okay? I'm going to tag other businesses that I think are downtown that need to step up and adopt one of these parks, so stay tuned for that. So for all the challenges we face as a community, let's check this off the list, right? This is easy, okay? Let's keep the city beautiful. Let's keep Sam Kitchens and his team employed and keep planting cherry trees and elm trees and busy and doing more in these parks. And doing that, it's going to make our downtown the envy of the region. So thank you all. Thanks for coming today. And on behalf of Vein Specialists and Spa Medical, please adopt a park. Thank you.
Thank you, George. Thank you for the kind words. And in closing, I will go off script a little bit too, because I usually get to do the fun part at the end, which is to thank the people that really matter. And you know, while being in the position, I tend to get a lot of the compliments and a lot of the credit, but I don't do any of this. I just happen to be the head of the department. I happen to be in the position, but without our forester and our tree guys and our crews, none of this would happen. I didn't plant these trees. I didn't put this straw out. I don't clean these parks myself. So all the thanks and all the gratitude goes to these guys. They do an amazing job with a limited budget and limited tools. And they do take pride in what they do, and so I can't thank them enough for making me look good. Every compliment I get is because of them. So I would also like to thank Dr. Carswell. A lot of times as the first speaker, she gets to thank everybody else, but without her and our partners with the university and the Georgia Forestry and Randall, our forester, these events wouldn't happen every year, and she's been organizing and championing this event for as long as I can remember here at Macon. So I really want to thank her for all that she does to make this event happen every year and keep making Bid beautiful as well. So if we can give her a round of applause. Again, thank you to all of our partners, our community partners, Vein Specialists South, one of our first, or the first adopter of a park downtown. And if you look around, it shows. They pick up litter, they help with the pine straw, they make sure the irrigation, I mean, their staff actually maintains part of this park. So it takes some of the resources, a burden of the resources off of the county and city and county, and allows us to do even more downtown. So when we all work together and take pride in our community, it's going to show. This is all of our backyard. This is all of what we have to show when people come to our community, and we want to look good for them. So thank you for our community partners. Thank you all for everything that you do, and thank you for coming today.
All right.
1, 2, 3.